Have you ever stopped and just wondered, what's my purpose? It's this huge question we all ask ourselves. But what if the answer wasn't just philosophical? What if finding your purpose was one of the single most powerful things you could do for your mental health? Well, today we're going to dig into the science behind that exact idea.
And to really get why this is so important, we have to look at the sheer scale of the problem. The World Health Organization estimates that a staggering 300 million people around the world are dealing with depression. That makes it the biggest contributor to disability on the entire planet. So, yeah, this isn't some small issue, it's a global health crisis. And that leads to a really crucial question, right? In the face of a challenge this big, are there things, psychological tools that can act like a shield to protect our well being? Well, some fascinating new research says the answer is a big, loud yes.
Okay, so the key idea we're going to explore is what researchers call purpose in life. Now, don't let the name fool you. This isn't some vague, fluffy concept. A better way to think about it is as a practical, internal tool, kind of like a psychological compass that helps us navigate all the ups and downs life throws at us.
So, what do scientists actually mean by purpose? Well, it really boils down to two things. First, it's that feeling that your day to day activities actually matter. And second, it's that bigger picture sense that your life as a whole is meaningful. It's the huge difference between just going through the motions and feeling like you have a clear direction. And two researchers, McKnight and Kashtan, they just nailed this idea when they described purpose as a compass. That metaphor is perfect because it shows exactly what purpose does. It gives you an overall aim in life. And that aim helps direct your goals, guide your decisions, and maybe most importantly, helps you figure out where to put your most limited resources, your time and your energy. Now, that's a really powerful idea, but you've got to ask, does the evidence actually back it up? Well, a massive study in the Journal of Clinical Psychology gives us a pretty compelling answer. And this wasn't just some small survey. They went deep, analyzing data from over 66,000 people. The reason this research is just so powerful is because it's what's called a meta-analysis. So instead of doing one new experiment, scientists gather up all the best, highest quality studies that have already been done on a topic, and they combine all their results. It's like taking the findings from dozens of different studies to create one single super study. And the work they put in here was just immense. They started with a pool of over 1,500 different studies. From there, they had to carefully screen every single one for quality, eventually boiling it down to only the 89 most rigorous ones for their final analysis. That is some serious scientific detective work. And by combining those 89 studies, what did they end up with? Data from 66,468 people. A dataset that big means whatever you find isn't just a fluke, it's statistically solid. So, what did all that data show? Here we go. This is the big one for depression. They found a statistical relationship, a correlation of negative 0.49. Now, if you're not a stats person, no worries. All you need to know is that this number points to a moderate to strong inverse relationship. It's a seriously significant finding. And boom, they found a very similar pattern for anxiety with a correlation of negative 0.36. Again, a really solid, meaningful connection. So what do these numbers actually mean for us, in the real world? Well, here's the crucial takeaway, plain and simple. It's an inverse relationship. As a person's sense of purpose in life goes up, their symptoms of both depression and anxiety consistently go down. It's like the stronger your internal compass is, the less likely you are to get lost in that fog. Okay, so we know that there's a link. It's there, it's strong. But the next big question is, why? What's the psychological secret sauce here? Well, the researchers think it all comes down to our basic motivations, whether we're wired to move towards something good or move away from something bad. And this really gets down to two different mindsets. On one side, you have approach motivation, and this is totally tied to purpose. It's all about setting positive goals and actively moving toward them. On the other side, you have avoidance motivation, which is a classic feature of depression and anxiety. This is more of a defensive crouch, where your whole focus is just on avoiding pain or threat or failure. And it seems like a strong sense of purpose literally flips a switch, shifting us from that avoidance mindset to an approach mindset. All right, let's pull all of this together. What are the big things you should take away from all this incredible research? What does it mean for how we think about our own mental well-being? Okay, first off, the link is real and it's strong. A clear sense of purpose is robustly tied to having lower symptoms of depression and anxiety. Second, remember, this isn't just based on a hunch. This is a conclusion from the data of over 66,000 people, which gives it some serious weight. Third, the why seems to be all about motivation. Purpose pushes us into that approach mode, where we're focused on positive goals. And finally, that's the complete opposite of the avoidance mode that can so often trap people in cycles of anxiety and depression.
So, all of this leaves us with one final, very personal question. The science is pretty clear. Purpose really does act like a compass for our mental health, guiding us toward a better place. The only question left is the one you have to ask yourself. Where is your compass pointing?